Happy Sunday. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about the story of Job. Job was a man who lived in us, and he was a righteous man, and the Lord was pleased with him. One day, it was the time for the heavenly host to gather together, and Satan was with them. The Lord asked Satan, "What have you been doing?" Satan said, "I've been roaming throughout the earth, finding for someone to steal." The Lord now said, "Have you seen my servant Job? He's a righteous and upright man." Satan now said, "If you take away all he owns and all his riches, he will curse you to your face." The Lord said, "Go, but you should not hurt him." So Job started losing all his possessions, and he lost all his 10 children in one day. So he wore sackcloth and ashes and started crying to the Lord, but still didn't put his trust away from the Lord. Now it was time for the heavenly host to gather again, and Satan was also with them. Now the Lord said again, "Have you seen my servant Job? He is still rightful and just to me." Satan now said, if you give him a deadly disease and put sores on his body, he will curse you to your face." Now God said, "You might do what you have said, but don't harm the man." Now Satan afflicted Job with sores that were smelling. Now, though all this had happened, he didn't put his trust away from the Lord. And his 3 friends came to visit him. When his 3 friends saw this, they tear their clothes in agony, and they sat on ashes with Job. Now, Job and his friends were discussing, and his 3 friends confronted him. But Job kept asking questions that, what have I done that the Lord has done me this? But his friends kept saying, "You have sinned against the Lord." Now the Lord came. The Lord said, "When I made the foundation of the earth, were you there? And when the angels sang, were you there? When I made the sun and the moon, day and night, were you there?" Now Job said, "Lord, I know I have done the wrong thing. So please, Lord, forgive me and have mercy on me and take all these pains from me." Now the Lord left, and the Lord now went to Job's 3 friends, and he said, You 3, for doing evil against my servant Job, carry rams and go and ask Job to pray for you and sacrifice it, and I forgive you. And they did as the Lord said. And now the Lord multiplied what Job had ×2, and he lived a long, prosperous life. And he lived to see his children and his grandchildren. He had 7 sons and his 3 daughters. And his 3 daughters were the most beautiful in the land.